Hi, Henk Akkermans here, Supply Chain Dynamics Chapter 6, Sysdea Gameplay 2, the flow of employees, the flow of staff. In itself, this is a fairly simple flow. Employees are either new or novice or rookies, and over time they become then experienced. This is a crucial flow since it really is the flow that has to balance against the flow of cases that we saw just before. How do novice employees become hired? Well, they become hired because there's reason to do so. The reason to do is that indeed there's a workload that requires those employees to be hired. So if the workload is higher than one, then you will hire employees. Um, um, the workload, by workload, we mean the perceived workload, of course. That is the workload as management sees it, which is somewhat delayed, somewhat smoothed version of the current workload. This is um, a, a normal negative feedback, first order negative feedback principle. Where does that workload come from? Well, there's a target workload, which we conveniently put at 1, so everybody is nicely at work. And there is a number of total FTE. And the number of total FTE we discount for the fact that novice employees are not as productive as experienced employees are. There's also an opportunity here to do one of the scenarios, a smart intake, but we'll look at that later on. So we say that novices are 50% as productive as the experienced employees are. The total effective employees then also lead to a total amount of work hours per case handled, because these are the people, their hours. This is the work hours per month, and you can then divide it by the case handling rate, which is in the previous flow. The total nominal FTE is therefore a different number than the total effective employees, since novice employees only count for half. We say that it takes a year and a half or 18 months for them to become experienced, and this is then a simple first order material delay. Rookies do leave, just as experienced staff leaves. How long they stay depends also on how satisfied they are with their job. We'll see that later on, because that satisfaction is also partly determined by workload, by how busy they are. So we do lose some people along the way. We also lose experienced people. Here also there is an average, the normal stay time for novices is shorter than the normal stay time for experienced employees. Once they're really experienced, we assume that they will stay for, let's say, 20 years. Also here there's an effect of satisfaction on the quit rate. And the stay time then also goes up, because that satisfaction goes up as well. And that's sort of what we have in here. Historically, the total of number FTE followed this pattern, and we can set that against the nominal FTE up here. We see, so historically is the red line, and the model sort of follows that, but more in an upward curve. But towards the end, it's pretty much the same. So again, a more or less history-friendly model.